I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back. Oh, God damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back. Haven't seen our faces in a while, but we're back.
5 weeks.
And look, I got a new backdrop. Look at how nice it's Link and the Deku tree. It's a really cool tapestry. Yeah. It's been a hot minute.
Yep. Yeah.
How we
I
feeling?
thought I was frozen for a second.
No, I think you're good. You're very good at not moving.
That's how I was trained. Because you left it open? Nothing is outside. Okay. Sorry. What were you asking?
For some reason, like the music is like keeps like resetting its volume for some reason. Don't know why.
On the stream?
The music that I have for the stream.
I didn't know you had music going all the time.
Like voice attenuation? Oh, no, I don't. Interesting.
They said we aren't going to have technical issues anymore.
Yeah, well, that's kind of tradition at this point. At this point, I feel like I have to make technical issues just in the first 10 minutes. It's kind of our thing, right? It's our shtick. But yeah.
With your weird cloud tree behind you.
Cloud tree? No. It's the Deku tree.
Looks like a cloud.
Not a cloud, though.
From the angle that I can see on it, it looks like a cloud.
It's a happy little tree.
Well, yeah. When you can see the whole thing, it looks like it, yeah. But when you can only see the part around your chair, it just looks like a cloud with like a galaxy. It almost looks like a space backdrop.
That's fair.
So.
Yeah, it's been.
I was trying to figure out exactly how long it had been. I don't know if we ever uploaded our last video or not.
Yeah, we did. Our last one was episode 23, and that's what we uploaded.
Looking at our channel. So weird sometimes. View channel. There we go. Jeez. What day was it, though? It was... Does it not give a day on YouTube? Oh, there we go. September 28th, So yeah, it's been almost exactly 30 days.
Almost exactly 30 days. It's been a very, very, very busy 30 days. As you can, as I'm sure, the backdrop isn't just, I moved my desk around in my office. No, I moved my office. For those of you who don't know, bought my first house. So we've been moving in, just getting all of our ducks in a row for that, packing, that whole shebang. It's been a madhouse, but it's done now. We're in the unpacking phase.
Music got louder all of a sudden.
Yeah, it does that. That's what I was saying. Like it like sometimes it gets like it'll like automatically get loud, but I think I fixed it.
I have the stream at 2% volume, and it sounds like I'm playing music in my headphones.
Really?
Yeah.
I've got it like almost turned all the way down on my end.
Never mind. When I was pulling up our YouTube, it started playing that episode from a month ago.
Yeah, there you go. That'll probably
I was like, that music's got to be blaring if I'm hearing it that loud at 2%. Okay. False alarm. So,
but yeah. So
let's start off with our usual updates of RUM-Gaming news.
Yeah, go right ahead. Fill us in.
So, yeah, printer's still broken. That's the short news. But like last we left off, I think I mentioned on the last stream that to get the printer soldered. I got it soldered and then it still didn't work, and so I acquired a new board from our newly found 3D printing friend in town here.
Yeah.
And I got it installed, and I thought you could see it. You can see the blue screen on the box there.
Oh yeah.
That's all that pops up right now. Because I'm trying to learn how to flash firmware onto a 3D printer, and that is a whole new learning curve to 3D printing.
I had to do that with mine when I added the auto leveling system.
Yeah.
It wasn't too complicated.
Well, we're using the same manufacturer, and according to everything I read, it's like the same process. You have to like download 4 files, copy and paste some of them onto the other, then go into like an editor and edit a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, good Lord.
I didn't have to do any of that.
I don't know. I found another set of instructions that says as long as you get hardwired directly to your computer, you can do it a lot easier, which I have right now. I just haven't taken time to watch the rest of the video. But really looking forward to, because my next things I'm going to be printing are going to be some bigger prints. Looking forward to printing some new stuff. Like, I've printed little things the entire time I've had the printer. Very rarely have I printed big things. So I'm looking forward to make some bigger prints. I think the biggest thing I made is the camera doesn't go up that far. Display shelf up there. You got a big skull dice tower.
Yeah.
And like a couple masks. It's like as big as I've gone. I'd like to see how big it can go. And as long as it's printing in full force, I'm going to start working on that Frostmourne for the first convention we go to.
Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be super cool. Right now, my 3D printer is not set up yet. I'm kind of waiting a little bit. I found like so here, I mean, I guess I can kind of show you my area. I've got a lot of space, like right here where my computer is, so to the wall, all this over here. So I'm probably gonna. I found a desk on Amazon that'll span this whole like area right here. So I'm gonna put it right there, and then I'm gonna, I'll have a place to put the 3D printer, my actual printer, and my computer, and everything like that. So once I get that, I'll be able to set that 3D printer back up and get moving on some stuff.
You have like both your desks facing each other or something?
Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, I've got enough room here. I've got enough cable here. I might be able to. No, not really. But there is wife.
Interesting way of doing it. I guess in theory, yeah, we could have did that in our original office setup. I just never thought about it.
Yeah, I mean, I was one of the big things for me when we like planned out how we wanted to do this office is I really wanted either a wall behind me or, well, I mean, no, I wanted a wall behind me, and I was either gonna, hang a green cloth for a green screen or enough space to like hang some shelves and like put knickknacks and like something to look at.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the room's just not quite big enough to put like a shelf behind me.
Yeah.
So it's green screen. So I've got some green fabric already. So eventually I'm gonna hang it, and I'll have a green screen.
And you can do like the digital backgrounds where you change your background.
Yeah.
Well, another 3D printing news, because we didn't have this last time, was the RUM pit, right?
Oh yeah, no, we didn't have it last time. No, we did not.
We got a couple to show. So part of the new 3D printing friend we made is he actually knows how to do modeling and likes what help us out. And he's the one that is trying to help me get the printer back up and running. And he gave us some resources and some tips and tricks for conventions and whatnot that we're going to go to, because he does it for a living. He runs a 3D printing farm. And I saw that he creates, custom 3D models. And so once upon a time, we had talked about getting the RUM pad turned into a model, but all the people on Fiverr, you're either paying high dollar to make sure you get it done right, or you're paying low dollar and taking a gamble every time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it could be great, but you might have to go through 10 people before you find one.
Yeah.
And so I reached out to him, and because he liked what we were doing, he's like, yeah, I'll do it for, like half the cost, or like base rate. No matter how long it takes, he's only going to charge us for like 1 hour, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so for $45, we got the RUM-Gaming pet turned into a model that we can print now.
And we have all the exclusive rights to it.
Yeah. And I've made a couple test runs so far. The best one, ironically, I ran out of resin in the middle of the tank. So it's the most perfect, flawless version of the print. You can see it's got all the little folds in the legs. Yeah. It's got the tail.
For those of you who don't know, that is Blue, Captain Buford Black's pet RUM mascot. The little toenails. Yeah.
Or focus in. There it goes.
Look at that.
Look at the nails. It's got the earring. But you can see we're ran out of filament right when I was getting to the ear.
Oh man.
So this one,
I mean, but honestly though, that kind of is a cool look. It looks like he's kind of war torn. He's been into battle.
Yeah.
He got a chunk out of his ear.
And then also, this is where I finally learned how to do the hole. So notice there's a hole in the top of his head.
Yeah.
And that's because this prints upside down with liquid resin.
Right.
And you always want to have a hole to drain the liquid resin. So when it finishes, it raises all the way to the top of that orange box behind me.
Yeah.
Raises all the way to the top, and you want a drain hole basically to just sit there and just drain out. And then once it's stops dripping for the most part, then you take it off and go wash it and cure it.
Yeah. And
it prints the little cap on the bed, so you pop off the cap as well, and you just glue it in. And it comes out. Comes out fairly well. So I did this one. You can see it's just a little white blemish there.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's nice and smooth.
You put some primer on there, you'd never even notice.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm going to have to, because you can see here, you see the weird white lines.
Yeah.
So that's happened on the other, 3 that are up there. And that's the rubbing alcohol. So the alcohol, as it cures, will discolor like that. And once it cures like that, there's no getting it off there.
Yeah.
It's on there like that forever. So the only option is to paint it. But I really like this gray, though, because it almost comes out like a blue gray, which is almost the color of blue.
Yeah.
Not blue the color, blue the creature.
Blue the
Which, I can show you on the... poster. I said as if I knew exactly where it was. Instead of making you drag the file out.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, crap. There we go. That's blue and Buford black.
Yep.
So you can see that's what it started as. I gave this guy that 2D image by itself, and he turned it into that model in like less than a day.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It's so good.
Yeah, it's like spot on to the 2D image. And that's Buford, for those of you that didn't know.
Yep.
With the RUM-Gaming patch on his shoulder. But yeah, that's it. And somewhere around here, I also got the RUM-Gaming flag poster that I got made. I don't know where I put that one either. One of these days, I'm going to hang these things back up, like all the walls in this office.
Yeah, you know what you ought to do? You ought to reorganize your office so your back is to a wall and you can hang it up on the wall behind you as a backdrop.
Nah, it's perfect how it is right now. But I got this thing.
That's true, yeah.
I just don't use it because for these streams, I think like it's kind of appropriate. Like this is our office, you know, or the RUM-Gaming office in a sense.
Yeah.
This is our printers and the whole operation right here, minus your printer.
Yep.
But yeah, it's cool that we got these blue models now. And, you know, we hope to bring a bunch of them to the show and you can adopt a blue. Bring them home to a good home and take care of them.
Yeah, just don't feed it after midnight. Don't give it whiskey, ever.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to show this. For those that don't know about 3D printing, it prints on these supports here.
Yeah.
So if I can, I don't know if I could squeeze it back on there, but like this. That's it. So this is all the way in between him, holding it up. And it prints this way. So it's pretty interesting that you pull off this little forest. So I saved it and cured it also to like bring to the show, just to show as an example.
Yeah, so if people ever have questions about how it works and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this is how it works. This is what it looks like.
And well, the only other cool thing I made on like the FDM printer before it broke was it's the mostly cleaned off Minion phone stand.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, that was one of the wife's requests.
As we were packing up, before we moved,
AA battery holder.
I actually found the resin Frostmourne that you gave me. I didn't know where it was for a while, and then I found it. I was like, "Oh, thank God I found this!" It's like I thought it was gone forever.
I mean, it's not like I can't make another one. But
you know how I found it? I stabbed the shit out of myself with it because it's so sharp.
It's like a letter opener, man.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be cool. Like if I thought about making a little bit bigger one, and like, you know, you could actually sell them as, you know, Frostmourne letter openers at the show.
Yeah.
Still, one of these days we gotta really figure out the copyright rules. But I did talk to the one guy at the show, and he did drawings and stuff. But I asked him about it, and he's like, "Really, nobody cares."
Yeah.
I had it in my head that there's some kind of like convention patrol or police walking around like, you got a license for this?
Well, I mean, there's some conventions do. It's funny because I was Shelby's aunt. She ran just recently like her church's like market day or whatever.
Yeah.
And they specifically said that the vendors, if you want to be a vendor for this event, you can only sell handmade goods. And they were kicking people out left and right because they didn't have handmade goods. They were, it's like some conventions do. They go around and they look, and if you don't have the right stuff, then.
Well, I meant like the actual like rights to sell, like Frostmourne.
Yeah.
I was worried that somebody's going to be like asking for our documents for everything on our table. Like, You got the rights to that Pikachu? How about that Frostmourne? How about that Hunter's mask from the Dead by Daylight? You're like, it's just a mask.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know,
but
man.
but according to the guys that what did I go to? October, not was it Fan Festival?
FanFest. Yeah.
Because it gets confusing because the next one's like Fan Expo or something.
Yeah. Something like
So, yeah, talking to the guys there, they're like, nah, nobody gives a shit. Like, so I'm like, all right, well, that's a little bit more relief. Like, you can't put it online because then the people with the rights will hunt you down. But apparently at these conventions, nobody cares. So that kind of opens up the spectrum for things, you know, like I said, making like Frostmourne letter openers.
Yeah.
Being an interesting thing to bring, as well as the big Frostmourne. But first, I gotta get it working. Or at least the FDM print. I can still make resin letter openers, but I've been kind of keeping that one parked for now because it's like, unless I'm gonna like print several things, it's like not worth the trouble firing it up for like one thing.
Yeah, I can definitely imagine. I can definitely see that a resin printer is a whole lot more like hands-on than an FDM printer can be if it's set up correctly.
Well, I mean the hands-on part is fine, is not much. It's just the cleanup afterwards. I have to completely take that resin vat and completely like filter the resin back into the bottle, clean the entire vat out. Every single drop of resin has to be out of it before I can let it sit for a while. And so it's like, I don't want to mess around with 30 minutes of cleaning to make, you know, like my buddy one Frostmourne letter opener. It's like, nah, you can just wait until the next time I fire it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, if anybody has any ideas out there, we are looking for some larger, detailed resin models to bring to the show.
Yeah. I mean, anything that you could think of that you might want to see on a 3D printing table, we're open to suggestions.
Yeah. You know, with resin, it's kind of the sky's the limit. Any detail, anything. And I've seen some crazy ones at the convention that like I'm almost scared to print.
Yeah. Ones that have just like way too many moving parts.
Well, not moving parts, but like let me show you this thing. Broke something. So this isn't 3D printed, but this is just an actual like toy that actually has like a rubber cloak. This is a Jon Snow here.
Yeah.
And I saw models like this, like with a sword sticking out like that.
Yeah.
Resin printed. I'm like, man, I just can't fathom this printing with no issue. It just seems like an impossibility.
Yeah.
But this dude had like 4 models like this big, this detailed, like arms outstretched, wings and stuff. And I'm like, Jesus, like I need to step up my game.
Yeah. Hey, listen, the only way you'll know is if you try it.
Well, I think it's fears from an FDM printer, you know?
Yeah.
You see a model like that, like somebody's like, hey, can you make this? And you're like, no.
No.
Just no. You're not even going to try? No.
No.
But it's because, like, shoot, one of the first things I made on the FDM printer was a Game of Thrones chair.
Oh, yeah, like the throne?
Yeah, the throne. And it looked so cool, except for the fact that it was just filled with spider webs. You'd go to like grab it and a handle would break off.
Yeah.
Just it was just too delicate for an FDM printer. And so it makes me hesitant to do anything delicate, even on the resin printer, even though it's made for that.
Yeah.
But after seeing that convention, I'm like, okay, we need to find some cool figure, even if it's just like taking like some D&D characters and making them, you know, something that's like non-copyright specific. Just make some big ogres or something. But I think that'd be cool. Or, you know, for the Warcraft fans out there, Warcraft's been releasing some free Warcraft models out there.
Yeah.
I downloaded a couple of them. They're not like super detailed, super amazing. You know, they're not like the Jon Snow over here, but still a cool concept of some free models that are available. Don't have to worry about the license on those.
Right.
But they had like a Jaina and a Murloc and a couple things.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd love a Jaina. I love Jaina so much.
It wasn't Arthas. It was the guy that like taught Arthas. What's his name?
Oh,
Olden? Or Olden? No. God, I can't remember.
It's not
Uther.
Uther. Yes, Uther.
Yeah. They had an Uther. It was pretty cool. But yeah, that's it for the 3D printing news on my side. We got the Rum Pits model ready to go. Might make some more when the time comes. We've got FDM printer will be working sometime this weekend. We'll have that back in action. I'll try and stream some of those large prints. Otherwise, that's about it for the printing news, because yeah, it's been down for the last month, so I don't have a lot to show off or anything other than that Rum Pit.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. That Rum Pet is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely worth money on that one.
Oh yeah,
even though after our recalculation we're slowly running out of money.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll figure it out. We always do.
Hey man, just gotta get on Feet Finder.
That's it, man.
RUM-Gaming feet.
There you go.
Hey, speaking of which, random news, we got another customer on there from 2 hours ago. What are the odds we're talking about that? I'll have to look into that. Yeah, and then we went to the convention. That's another thing we mentioned on the last stream, that the Goat family was going to that fan festival, which we went to. Got to see a lot of cool stuff. Cosplays everywhere, every kind, because it was just an open fan festival.
Yeah.
Everything from anime, video games, books, movies, TV shows.
Yeah.
Like right when we walked in, there was a guy on the Nightmare Before Christmas, like mayor, with a whole spinning head and megaphone, where he's like walking around, like at the very beginning where he's going around town.
Yeah.
Yeah, had that walking around. He would actually spin the face back and forth and everything. I was like, man, that's cool.
Neat. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. That it's funny because one of my first ever gaming conventions was PAX Prime in Seattle, and at the time that was like one of the biggest conventions out there, and so I kind of like ruined all the other conventions I've ever been to since then, because that one was like so massive and there was so much stuff, and like I literally spent like both days all day looking around and still didn't feel like I had spent enough time there. And it's like, it's hard to live up to that, and I've been trying to find one in Houston that's has a significant amount of stuff to
do. Need to go to that board game convention.
Yeah,
I think was it in like Utah? I don't know, somewhere north, obviously, because everything's north. But that one seems like a huge deal, and that's something that, like, I feel like all these other conventions you were talking about, like I can kind of run through them. You'll spend the entire time there, and even at the smaller ones, you'll spend 2 times the time I would, because you actually like watching people play games and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I feel like that's where I would be at the board game convention.
Yeah.
Like that's the one. I want to get a hotel, like at the place, be there all night, all day, trying as many games as I can, buying as many as I can afford.
I really would like to one of these days go to BlizzCon at least once, and go to TwitchCon at least once.
TwitchCon I'd probably go to more than BlizzCon now, but I mean, yeah, as an old school Warcraft player,
I gotta go at least once, right?
It's just like, so much money. My God.
But just once, right? That's yeah,
but that's why I said I'd rather go to TwitchCon, because at least that's more broad spectrum.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd get more bang for my buck if I'm gonna go to fucking like Anaheim, California. Like, I might as well go to TwitchCon.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's like just going to Anaheim, no convention, is an expensive like
a
week-long vacation.
Yeah.
It's like, as much as I'd love to do things like that, I mean, if I could afford it, I'd go to all kinds of conventions. I'd even go to Europe and go to like EveCon, you know. Like,
yeah. I'd go to like IEM Katowice or something like that, like just crazy Counter-Strike tournaments.
But shit, where was I starting on that? Went to the one in Dallas.
Yeah.
So like I said, saw all kinds of costumes stuff, give me all kinds of ideas, and makes me want to like potentially start doing cosplay if we actually start going to these conventions for RUM-Gaming. You know, we had brainstormed a little bit on the ideas about that, where I talked about like one of us could dress up as the pirate, and I'll make a motorized blue out of like a RC car, and you know, I could dress up as something as well. I don't know what else we could do with RUM-Gaming that I could dress up as, but
yeah, I mean, I've got a Witcher cosplay pretty much done.
I mean, technically, we could both just be crew members of Buford.
Yeah,
just be space pirate themed.
Just be space pirates. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, we're here on Buford's behalf to sell his loot.
Yep. Yep.
But I think that'd be cool, because and then I get to do a little bit of my first like cosplay imagination with Bristol's costume for Halloween. I don't know if you ever saw that picture or not.
Yeah, I did. I saw the pictures that you sent.
Did I send you into just her?
Yeah, it was just her.
Okay, because I thought I was sending you pictures of the hammer. That might have been. I think I was sending those to Shane.
No, you did send me pictures of just the hammer, so I do have those.
I mean, you can put up that picture of the wife real quick if you want.
Let me see if I
can. My first ghetto cosplay hammer.
You texted.
Cost me like.
Significantly more.
It's not that hard. I can send it to you on Discord in 2 seconds. Dude. There you go. It's on Discord.
I can access my phone on my computer. Pull it up. There we go. And then let's throw up display capture. Wrong display. There we go. Boom.
Yeah, so this was my $12 Warhammer for the wife's costume for Halloween.
Pretty cool. Pretty good. I personally think you should have gone with like a thick PVC pipe.
Yeah, but this was as cheap as I could get it. That was my goal.
Yeah.
I had like no money after that fan festival.
Yeah.
Wasn't trying to break the bank for a one-night costume party.
I feel like you did something different with your house. I don't remember it.
It's not my house.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
No,
it doesn't look familiar.
It's Coked Up Zombie's house for those of y'all that know him.
Yeah. Neat.
Yeah, he was the one hosting the Halloween party. And it was post-apocalyptic themed. So that's why the wife one is like a, wastelander kind of person.
You know what you should have done? You should have ordered everything on that zombie survival wish list and just packed it all into your go bag and just walked out there with that big giant go bag. Post-apocalyptic, right? I'm ready.
Yeah. Been ready.
What you need? Water filtration? Got it. Need a map? Got one.
We kind of did that with Grace's. She went as like a post-apocalyptic like medicine woman.
Yeah. Big Texas goat. Thanks for the 51 months in a row.
Yeah. So we wait, why am I on a 51-month streak?
Maybe it
what
lapsed
happened
for a
there?
month?
I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, hers was, she had like an old witch costume from a couple of years ago. So she wore like the dress and the cloak and like a corset kind of thing. And then she brought that supernatural fanny pack from the DreamHack convention.
Yeah.
And we got some little, they're like the size of like film canister containers, but nobody uses film anymore. So like small aspirin bottles.
Right.
But they were clear. And we filled each one with different things. I filled one with like 1.5 inch long bits of filament. There's like 12 of those in there, little sticks.
Yeah.
Another one was with cricket food, the little jelly cricket food to feed crickets.
Yeah.
And then another one was with walnut dust from the sandblaster outside. And then what was the other one? Was like little black rocks from a thing in our hallway. And then one I actually filled with ibuprofen 800 milligrams. And then we got a couple little like vials, and I mixed some red food coloring and oil, like olive oil.
Yeah.
And wrote A positive on one and O negative on the other. And then I took some liquid air freshener, like not like aerosol, but like liquid spritzer air freshener. And it's called Love Spell on the bottle, and it just smells, I don't know, sweet and flowery.
Right.
Poured that one and wrote Love Potion on it. And told her how, you know, she could actually take the cap off and just kind of whiff the air out at people and be like, look, you know, a couple whiffs at this and you'll fall in love with the next person you see. Like I gave her like the full arsenal to be able to just go deep
interact with
into the cosplay. Yeah. But then she also had a BB gun pistol holstered into that thing. And then because she was going to bring her sword on her back because she has a katana from her taekwondo.
Yeah.
But it was too awkward to put on her back. But ironically, the fanny pack was too big. So I sewed the bane strap of the fanny pack like in on itself, so it had a loop.
Right.
And the loop was just big enough to holster the katana in the fanny pack belt.
Nice.
So she's rolling up, and she brought the what's the game? Gears of War ammo can.
Yeah.
Filled with more vials and like a zombie head and a couple other things in there.
That's
some like
cool.
Aromatherapy oils and whatnot, essential oils.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
So she went like ready to cure anything, and had a pistol and a katana.
Yeah,
just like
I'm gonna cosplay as the most powerful being on the universe. I'm just gonna like walk into a convention with my Harry Potter robe and wand, my lightsaber, and my Eye of Agamemnon from Doctor Strange with the time stone in it. Be the most powerful being on planet Earth. As a matter of fact, I've got a picture.
you gotta add to it. You just like think of a couple other things you can throw on there. Like,
see if I can find the picture.
God, what's some other overpowered things in movies? Like the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, I mean, I have an Infinity Stone. That's what the Eye of Agamotto is.
Well, I know, but if you had the whole gauntlet too. Well, I guess the gauntlet does the same thing that does. So, yeah, what is another thing? I don't know. I can't think of another like thing that's powerful by itself. All the X-Men were just mutants. None of them actually had something that made them stronger, except for maybe like the Juggernaut or something. But I don't know. You can't think of any powers? Maybe like
I'm trying to think. I've got a lightsaber. I've got a Harry Potter wand. I've got
put like a silver surfboard on your back or something.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we thought about it, we could come up with something. Just have a little bit of everything.
Let me see.
But yeah, so that convention though, you know, gave me a lot of ideas for like cosplaying for when we go to the conventions, as well as seeing about 3 or 4 3D printing booths. Not a whole lot, but one of them gave me the idea we were talking about with Blue a minute ago. His whole 3D printing company is called Adopt a Dragon, and all he makes is like the crystal dragons and little lizards and stuff, and like the dragon eggs.
Right.
That's all he makes. And he has one big dragon, like 3-4 foot long, like 6 inches around, and he puts that one above like a nest with all the little ones and opened up eggs and stuff everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it says like help Frank, find homes for his babies.
Right.
I was like, that's a cool gimmick. I was like, we could do something like that with blue. Make that motorized blue and have all the little blues on the table and be like, help Blue find a home for all of his, many children. Maybe even put little names on each one. Come up with like an origami, like adopt a pet box we can fold together to put them inside of.
Right. Yeah.
Because like the wife has a cricket. I was like, man, if I could just find a design where you just like those ones, I don't know, everywhere, but those like cardboard fold up adopt a pets with like the holes in the side.
Yeah.
I was thinking like if we could find a small one like that we could like run through the cricket to cut it out for us, and all we got to do is fold it together. It's like, that'd be a cool gimmick. Oh, they're literally from like, whatchamacallit, PetSmart. PetSmart's adopt a pet. Yeah, sometimes I forget I can't share an image. It's like, oh, let me drag it over to nothing. But yeah, I could just show you my camera. These things. Like that. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about. Have a little fold-up adopt-a-pet box. Help Blue find home for all of his pups.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Really cool. I'm excited about that. I'm excited about getting this dice making stuff up and going.
Yeah. Hopefully you can get up and running to bring some product to the convention. We're still waiting on an answer for the is it March convention?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I really want to, but
yeah,
I'm not 100% sure. I just don't know.
I still haven't got an answer on the discount, but we might just have to see whether we can swing just affording it outright. I can't remember exactly how much that one is, but or when wasn't it like March 9th? Fan Expo Dallas. Well, that's not right. See, there's too many of these conventions that sound exactly the same. That one is in June. Wait. Maybe that's what maybe did we change it to June? And we just have terrible memories?
I don't know, but I can't.
Can't what?
I can't pull it up on. Hold on here. If I send it to you in Discord, I'll be able to pull it up. Let me send it to you.
Pull what up?
The picture of my most powerful being on the planet picture.
Oh, I didn't know if you're still looking for that.
Yeah, I've been trying to find it. Share to
All-Con. That's what it's called. Jeez. Fan Expo, Fan Festival, and All-Con. Like, they're all roughly the dang same. Jeez. So, All-Con is in March. Fan Expo is in June. Not sure which one we're going to go to yet, because we're hoping to get discounted rates for them.
There we go. There's the most powerful being in the universe. I'm wearing my Joker t-shirt. Got my Hufflepuff Harry Potter robe, my yellow lightsaber, and my wand. And the Doctor Strange Eye of Agamotto.
I still feel like there's got to be more you could do to it. But
oh, there's 100%.
I'm just like completely drawing a blank for other powerful things.
I could put on like a Superman t-shirt.
Yeah, Yeah, I guess there's that, or like a Flash t-shirt or something.
Get like a utility belt with some batarangs on it.
You could put on the Batman helmet.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, so those are the two conventions for anybody that's, either knows more about it or has an inside connection or something, or wants to come with us. I'm probably going to try to attend both. As far as which one we actually attend with a booth, that's still to be determined. But
yeah,
for anybody that wants to, plan to come hang out with, one of us or both of us, the goats will probably go to both of them. I don't know about Dragon here.
Yeah, it's all just going to depend on the finances and things.
Yeah, the goat family kind of has an addiction to going to conventions. So.
Well, we're trying to build that addiction over here. I mean, I have the addiction. I just don't have the time or funds.
Well,
but
I mean, I look at it like, even if I just go to look around, like this last one we went to, like, we didn't spend a ton of money at it, but it was still, the gas and food to get there and back. But,
yeah.
I mean, we literally left Saturday morning, came back Saturday evening. Like, we spent more time on the road than we did at the convention, or in Dallas, for that matter.
Yeah.
Because we got to Dallas at like 11, and then left Dallas at like 4. So we spent 8 hours on the road for 5 hours spent in Dallas.
Yeah.
But we saw the entire convention, ate lunch at In-N-Out Burger, and went to a game store.
Yeah. In-N-Out isn't very special for me anymore. There's one right down the street now.
Dude, me and the wife agreed that we don't even want to go there again. Like, we've only been there like 4 times total, ever. And like, every time, nothing about it is great. Like, we'd honestly would both rather have like Whataburger.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I like In-N-Out Burger. I like Whataburger. I like them both equally. I wouldn't say one is better than the other. But that being said, I don't really eat much of either. I don't eat Whataburger a whole lot. I don't eat In-N-Out a whole lot. And I think it's because there's a Whataburger on every damn corner out here, and there's an In-N-Out right down the street.
Well, I mean, that isn't necessarily... I mean, that's how it works for you, but like, when we lived in Texas, like, Crystal loved Jack in the Box. She's loved Jack in the Box since she was a teenager. And when we lived there, she'd go there like once a month. And now that there's one in Tulsa, she goes there a couple times a year. I mean, now it's like a special treat, but I'm like, even when we lived there, it's just, some people have their restaurants that, like, no, I could eat this every week.
Yeah.
And like, that's me with Whataburger. Like, I love a Whataburger burger is like my favorite fast food burger.
Yeah.
And I can almost, but it's, well, I say that, not the generic Whataburger burger.
Which one is it? The sweet and spicy bacon burger?
Well, it goes in order. So there's the mushroom Swiss burger, the A1 thick and hearty,
the A1 thick and
the
hearty
sweet and spicy.
Yeah, the A1 thick and hearty is my all-time favorite, like, fast food burger. Whataburger doesn't even do it anymore.
Well, all 3 of those. Well, the A1 and the mushroom are supposed to be just, specials. They come out. No,
the mushroom Swiss is always on the menu now.
Not on mine.
The mushroom Swiss is always on the menu now. The A1 thick and hearty I haven't seen on the menu in years.
Yeah, it used to be at least once a year.
Yeah.
And I asked them about it one time, and they said it's literally, I guess somewhere they do polls, and it's just whichever one wins the poll is the one that gets put back on the menu temporarily.
Well, it's like, it pisses me off because they have like this chili cheese hamburger now. Like they've had like 2 or 3 times now, and it's okay, but it's like, come on, give me my A1 thick and hearty for fuck's sake.
Nah, the one that was the most bullshit was their most recent one. It was like a Southern burger.
Oh, really? I hadn't really paid attention. That's how little I go to Whataburger these days, because I don't know how it is for you out there for the Whataburgers that you go to when you get a chance, but pretty much every Whataburger out here, they used to be like super fast. You used to like order, pull up to the window, like a couple minutes later, you got your food. Now I'm like, it's like going to Whataburger is like a 45-minute affair. Like 5 minutes down the road, it's going to take them 30 minutes to get me my damn food, and then I can go. It's like, it's not even worth it anymore. The prices have like spiked like crazy. Like everything's way expensive now. It's like, I don't go that much anymore.
I mean, we only go to the one, but it's always been fine. Yeah, just decent speed, and even if they're like slammed, it doesn't take much longer than if they're not slammed.
What's up, Gert? The topic for today is just catching up. We've been pretty much exactly 30 days, 5 weeks without a podcast. So we're, just catching up, having a little casual chat.
Just kind of touching base on everything. Talking about
everything.
Future plans, conventions, ideas we've had. Just kind of RUM-Gaming in general. Right now we kind of go, I don't even know how we started talking about food. I always end up talking about food.
You said
In-N-Out
last
Burger.
time you went to Dallas, you went to In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah, so we went, the last couple times was because like before y'all had one, we're like, no, I have to have In-N-Out Burger. Fuck y'all, go somewhere by yourself. I'm going here. And we're just like, all right, fine, we'll go to In-N-Out Burger. And so like we go there and we eat it, and it's like, yeah, it's a burger, But then we went there by ourselves because it just happened to be like the closest non-Oklahoma restaurant. We just wanted someplace that we don't have where we are.
Yeah, just something different, something new.
And that was the closest thing. We're like, all right, fuck it, we'll just go there again, And we all three ate it, and we all three like talked about it, and we're all three like, no, we don't care for the burger or the fries. Like, it's just kind of meh.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's very valid.
I was like, and we all agreed, like, no, we'd rather just go get Whataburger. Like, shit.
Gotta go get Jack in the Box, man. Jack in the Box is shit.
We would have got Jack in the Box too over that. It's like, that's fucked up because Jack in the Box, in my opinion, is subpar.
Oh my god, you cannot beat Jack in the Box.
I like the
tacos and
taste. I'm saying the quality of product, like
yeah,
it's kind of like eating ramen. Like know ramen is bad, but it tastes good.
Yeah,
that's the same thing with Jack in the Box. Like you're eating garbage, but god dang, this garbage tastes good.
Yeah, it's like, call me a fucking trash bandit. I'm in it.
So that was all three of us agreed that like we're pretty much never gonna go to In-N-Out Burger again, like unless it just literally is right there. Like we have none of us have any desire to go to one again.
I'll tell you what, they opened up a In-N-Out's like biggest competitor in California, Shake Shack. They opened up a Shake Shack in Katy, so I got to try that for the first time.
I was thinking Steak and Shake is the other one.
Well, Steak and Shake is not an In-N-Out competitor.
Well, no, I was thinking, like, wasn't there a shake place? And like,
yeah, Steak and Shake. Yeah, I miss those. They're Shake Shack. Yeah, I thought it was way overrated. I tried it. It was okay. It wasn't like anything super special.
That's kind of how I feel about In-N-Out Burger. Like everybody, you see all these memes and shit like, oh my god, fucking In-N-Out Burger, and I'm like, bro, it's a basic ass burger.
You need to like research the hidden menu and try something off their hidden menu.
I did.
What'd you
get? I got the I don't remember.
I typically
get stuff with like Big Mac sauce, basically.
I typically get Flying Dutchman's with
animal style. The animal style fries is what I got.
I got animal style Flying Dutchman's, and those are good.
Yeah, I'd rather just go get a bacon burger from Whataburger. Shit. No. I have no desire to go and try other menu options. Like, no, I'm just going to go to what I know I like.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so that was that experience where we're like, yeah, I don't think we're ever going to go to an In-N-Out Burger again. And otherwise, though, what was it? Honestly, I wish I would have just ate at the food trucks that were there. There was a veteran-ran food truck selling all kinds of good stuff. Like one of those things, like you look at the menu and you're like, man, just give me one of everything.
Yeah. There's a taco truck out here called Taco Fuego. And they specialize in birria. Yeah, In-N-Out doesn't have jalapenos. That alone makes them no good. Yeah, agreed. But anyway, they specialize in like birria. So they have like birria quesadillas and birria tacos. And they have birria ramen. And it's like cup noodle, but with like the birria au jus. And it's it's so damn good. Let me pull up. Let me see if I can find some pictures.
Dude, speaking of that, I can't not eat ramen without cooking it in chicken broth anymore.
I've never done that, and I should.
It's just such a simple change, but it just ups the ante. And you can use it with any flavor. Take any flavor ramen and just cook it in chicken broth instead of water. Wouldn't all ramen be bari?
No, not really.
No, it says bari is a meat stew or soup made of goat, beef, lamb, mutton, or chicken.
Yeah.
Meat is marinated in adobo made of vinegar, dried chilies. But any ramen would be that. That's very specific.
Yeah, no, because most ramen is made with like chicken.
I mean, in a sense, it's like saying it's ramen
pork.
cooked with seasoned water instead of water.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I'm doing with the chicken broth. It's like the lazy birria.
So they've got like really good street tacos. There's the quesadilla taco. I can't pull up like bigger pictures, but they've got like a crunch wrap, birria crunch wrap. The ramen birria. It's so good. They got a birria burger, birria tamales, birria pupusas.
Burger? Isn't birria is a soup? How do you have a birria burger?
Well, let's see. How do they do it? Beef patty, cilantro, lettuce, melted cheese, sour cream, barbecue aioli, and pickled onions. So what it looks like is it's ground beef that was cooked in the birria juice.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
And then
more
put
like
on
a birria sloppy Joe.
Yeah, like a birria sloppy Joe. That's kind of what it looks like. But yeah, man, this place it's pretty good. Just a little food truck.
Wait, did you see that Southern burger I sent you?
The Southern. Did you send it to me on Discord?
Yeah. That's the one I was.
Oh, the Southern bacon double. Yeah, with the tangy Southern style sauce. Yeah, that's bullshit. Fuck that. It's a bacon.
Yeah.
It's a fucking bacon cheeseburger
with shredded lettuce and like Big Mac sauce.
Yeah.
Like I had it and I was like, this is kind of bullshit. Like,
yeah.
The fuck? Like you think this is an alternative to my bacon Swiss or A1 thick and hearty? Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I hate to be that guy, but genuinely, Whataburger going corporate kind of ruined everything, I think.
I don't know. I mean, they still make a solid, like I said, I'll eat the sweet and spicy burger.
I mean, the food
every time I go in there.
The food is good, but the prices have gone up. The like limited stuff isn't as exciting.
Well, the pricing everywhere is going up.
They took the jalapeno cheddar biscuits completely off the menu. They're limited time things now. Like, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that? Oh, I know why. Money. That's why.
I wasn't even aware that Subway had a Swiss cheese option.
Yeah, I didn't
know
know
I've
that
ever
either.
seen Swiss cheese at Subway.
I will say, don't sleep on Subway anymore. Subway is good sandwiches. Yeah, Subway has good sandwiches now. Like they slice their meat fresh now, like Jimmy John's does. And they completely overhauled their entire menu. They've got like a bunch of new sandwiches that are really good. Really good.
My problem with Subway. The wife likes Subway, and I used to like Subway. But I swear, every single time I eat Subway, I have heartburn for like 4 hours afterwards, no matter what kind of sub I eat.
Well, you know,
whether it's
my biggest problem with Subway is like they have the menu on the wall behind them, right? And I'll go up to the counter and be like, "Hey, I want a number 8 great garlic." Okay, great. What do you want on that? A number 8 great garlic. Like, okay, well, do you want what kind of meat? Number 8, great garlic. Like, what it says on the fucking menu right there. That's what I want. Like,
Well, I've
why
never
are
had
you
them ask me what
asking
kind of
me-
meat.
It's like, why are you asking me what I want on my sandwich? I want that sandwich. That's why I ordered it.
When have you ever had somebody ask you what kind of meat?
Well, not necessarily what kind of meat, but they're like, you know, do you want garlic sauce on it? It's like, well, duh, it's fucking on the menu. Yes, I want the fucking garlic sauce.
Yeah, but some of that's just better safe than sorry, because then you put it on there like, well, I didn't want that. Like,
Well, then why did you
motherfucker, that's what
order
you
it?
order. Yeah.
If you didn't want it, then why did you order it?
Well, because it might be on sale, or you like everything on it but the garlic, you know? I mean,
Well, that's why when you order it, you say, I want the great garlic, no garlic sauce.
yeah, but if you know they're going to ask you at the end, why don't you just wait till you get to the sauce part?
It irritates the shit out of me.
I like the wraps from Subway, though.
I
But they're like
genuinely like
$12.
Yeah, they are expensive. I like the salads. The salads are pretty good too.
Well, let me rephrase that. I liked the wraps when they had the flavored tortillas.
Oh yeah.
Now I think they just have regular, and like that's it.
I used to when I was in Jacksonville, stationed in Jacksonville.
Good night.
Good night, Grace.
You didn't tell the stream good night.
Good night, stream and Jason.
And Gert. And
Gert.
all the other viewers, you know, Gert. Yeah. You gotta say goodnight to Nightbot and Oriana and Oella and whatever that one is, and Alistair and Drapsnat and Mark Zink. Everybody, Grace.
Good night.
Slacker. Anyway, good night, Grace.
Yeah, I'd like a number 1. Would you like the combo? It's like that's what the number 1 means. Yes.
Yeah. Now that one does annoy me. Like if I wanted the, well, I guess same concept. You know, I'd be like, I want the number 1, just the sandwich. But if
But
I just say I want the number 1,
I want the sandwich. Like,
well, because it's faster to say the number than the whole name of it.
I don't know, man.
But I'll even be specific. You'll even be like, hey, I want combo number 1. And
Yeah.
like, so you want the fries and drink with it? Bitch, I said combo.
Combo number 1, not Mambo number 1.
Yeah. No, what was it? It's not Mambo number. Was it Mambo number 1? What was the
It's
name
Mambo
of that
number
song?
5.
5. Yeah. I was thinking 9. 5. I think it was Love Potion number 9. Mambo number 5.
Mambo number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Speaking of which, other random news. Did you see Creed is going on concert with 3 Doors Down?
Yeah, I did see that, and it's like they're coming to Houston, and it's like, man, that's tempting.
Yeah, but I imagine that's going to be
tempting.
like $200 a ticket or something.
Yeah, I
There's no telling.
I just to with arms wide open. Hearing that live, that'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, I was too young to go back when they were really starting out. I say too young. Too young for being able to buy it on my own.
Yeah. And Finger 11, yeah.
Yeah, 3 Doors Down, Daughtry, or Daughtry?
Daughtry.
Finger 11, Fuel, Vertical Horizon.
Fuel?
And,
oh, shit.
And Verve Pipe.
Verve Pipe as well? What?
I don't even know who that is.
They did, the Verve Pipe did, what's that song? The Freshman. We were merely freshmen.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Let's see. Just look it up.
Okay.
You know this.
I'll look it up later.
Look up The Freshman
Maybe.
by the Verve. You've heard it.
I was hoping to see like roughly what the ticket prices are looking like. Oh, it's not going to be till July is their first. Let's see. Where are they going to be?
I know they're coming to Houston. I saw that already.
Dallas, San Antonio, and Houston.
Yep.
So we should try and go to the Dallas one together.
When is that?
September 11th.
September?
Wow, that's on a Wednesday?
Nope. September 14th is at Cynthia Woods. That's a...
Yeah, but that's 4 extra hours of driving.
Oh,
well, I don't know. Maybe. We had
but
talked
you have a
about
place
how...
you could stay, though. That's the thing. You won't have to worry about a hotel.
Yeah, it's true. I could just drive back afterwards if I went to Dallas. But we were talking about potentially coming down there one of these days.
September 14th.
Maybe that'll be our excuse.
Yeah, you can stay with us in our new house.
Yeah. Possibly. So
Garrett's
you
got
know how your
hotel
dad
points.
gets.
Oh, yeah, true.
So it's like I
Yeah.
could, but I feel like he would take it as like an insult or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'd probably have to split it up or something. Like stay with you that night. We come back and crash or something, and then hang out with you
we
the
come
next
back
day.
at like midnight, 1 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, might have to look into how stupid expensive it's going to be and maybe try and make it happen.
Might be fun to check out. Might be fun.
Yeah, we'll have to get Grace into those bands between now and then, but
That'll be easy. They're good.
or just leave her home. Yeah.
Who's playing in Houston, though? That's the question. Because Garrett said it's
Oh, is it not all
bands
of them the whole time?
by city.
It doesn't say. At least not on this list I'm looking at.
It should say it on the poster, like the official. Like,
Well,
poster.
this is just like a news article almost. It's not like it's on billboard.com. There we go. Ticketmaster.
Okay, let's see. It
September 14th. Bam. Woodlands.
they are playing with Three Doors Down and Finger 11. So no Daughtry, no Switchfoot, no Tonic, no Big Red.
The pre-sale is going on right now. Holy cow.
How much is the pre-sale? Oh, Live Nation.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, Three Doors Down, Live Nation venue, Wood Forest, and Xfinity. That seems weird.
Yeah, they're like, oh my god, the lawn. Let's see, how much is lawn? $115 for pre-sale lawn seats.
Yeah, but that's like the furthest back.
Yeah.
I told you it's gonna be like $200 a ticket.
Oh wait, no, $114. Wait, no, $100. Yeah, $114.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna go see this, I want some decent fucking tickets.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, so decent tickets.
It's about $200.
Yeah. Yeah.
$200 to $250. You can get the left and right of the stage for $200. God, dude.
Yeah. No.
$400 to go watch some people play music, man. That's maybe it'll show up on VetTix, man.
Yeah, right. That'd be sick.
You can always put in the request on VetTix.
At Cynthia Woods, I do have to agree with. Well, actually, I don't know, man. I don't think the lawn is the way to go.
Yeah, because that's way out there.
It's not as like the view isn't bad, but the last like 4 times I went, they weren't allowing you to like bring lawn chairs or even rent the lawn chairs that they have. So you just had to sit on the fucking floor.
Yeah.
On the grass, dude. It sucked. It's like I'm never buying lawn tickets ever again.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather just pay the extra money and get closer and have a chair.
Yeah.
But man, you're talking, that's $400 like before taxes or concessions or anything. Man. Let's see, what would that total? Oh my God. Never mind, that was starting at 200.
Yeah.
Ouch. Where the heck are the 200s at?
Probably like the very back row of the seating right before the lawn.
Well, I think they're all taken already? Or where's this at?
That's also a possibility.
Yeah, they're like 250 right there. God dang. They're almost all sold out of like the good seats. That's crazy.
Cynthia Woods sells out pretty much every fucking show.
Dang, near the whole thing is sold out. Even the cheap tickets. Holy cow.
Yep.
Got a year till this show comes. And they're almost sold out. Yeah. Probably not going to go then unless it shows up on VetTix or something.
Yeah. Well, hey, still come out. Just saying.
Yeah, but it'll have to come out that weekend.
Should come out for Christmas one year.
That's a lot of work.
No, it's not. You already have time off from work.
Yeah, that day. Actually, no, this company does better. You actually get Christmas Eve off. It's the first company I've had where we get Christmas Eve off.
I don't actually know if Christmas Eve off. Let me look.
Yeah, so I've been putting in my time off because at this company, your PTO doesn't roll over.
Oh, really?
So it's all use or lose that year. But they give it to you ahead of time. You don't earn it every month. So first of the year, they give you your like 80 hours, and then halfway through, they give you your next 80 hours.
Christmas Eve is a Sunday. So. Oh, no. Wait.
Well, yeah, but the observed Christmas Eve is Friday. So
yeah,
we're getting Friday and Monday off.
Yeah, I'm getting Friday and Monday off of mine too.
Yeah, it was different. I was putting in time off, and I was like, hey, I can give myself a 4-day weekend if I take off that Friday. So I submitted it through, and they're like, we're already off that Friday. I'm like, oh, my bad. But yeah, and then I don't know. We'll have to figure it out between us going to these conventions and other events going on next year. Can't make any like set in stone plans just yet.
Yeah, my company's the same way. Like, they require you to use PTO if you're off for any reason. Like, even if you like call in sick, like use PTO. But there's like no penalty for going over either.
But do you have sick time too then?
No, not really. Not that I've been told of.
They have sick time and PTO. But anyway, yeah. So at least 2 shows that the goats will most likely be at next year. So we got Fan Expo and AllCon, both in Dallas. We need to look up more about that board game convention because that one's more centralized. We might be able to get more RUM-Gaming community members to come to that.
Yeah. Where was it again?
Oh, I'm trying to find it. Gen Con. That's right.
Gen.
Gen Con
Indianapolis
2024. Yep. Huge. Looks huge anyway. August 2024. August 1st through 4th.
Indianapolis, Indiana. Let's see. How much are plane tickets?
Plane tickets. You drive here, and you get in our car, and we drive the rest of the way. So.
No.
I mean, you could if you wanted to save money. We'll be driving there, but it's only 9.5 hours for us. So.
Let's see.
Maybe. I don't know. Depending on plane tickets, hell, if we pitch in on renting a car together, it might be worth us flying there too. Difference is we got to pay for 3 plane tickets, so 9.5 hours, man.
Good God. Okay.
Well,
Okay, so $163 for there
On that day?
on that day on the 1st. Yeah.
Jeez.
Let's see. And then returning flights are about
August 1st. Come back on the 4th. Let's see. Let's go with 3 adults.
Sheesh.
Oh,
Yeah, it'd be
youth 12 to 17.
For if I wanted to fly Southwest, it would be $650 just for the.
Oh my god. Yeah, mine's per person. $400. Holy cow. I wonder if that changes if I come back on Monday. That got more expensive.
From Houston.
Yeah, definitely not flying. You're talking. Even the cheapest I can make it is like $1,200 for the 3 of us, plus renting a car.
Or you could just Uber.
Okay, same cost.
Ubering is probably way cheaper, especially if you get
No.
an Airbnb or a hotel closer.
Well, yeah, I guess if we stayed right there, yeah, we just need to get to like the hotel. But I was thinking, we want to go out to eat. So every time we go out to eat, racks up pretty quickly versus like $100 for the weekend for some economy car.
Yeah.
But no, I would just drive. I can't buy
real.
it. I can't compare $1,300 in plane tickets compared to like 2 tanks of gas.
Let's see. Google Maps. How long is it?
Even if it cost me $100 per tank, it would still only cost me $400 in gas to get there and back. And then even if I spent $500 on food and drinks along the road, it would still only cost me $900.
That is a 16-hour drive or a 2-hour flight.
Or a 10-hour drive, followed by a 9-hour drive.
That just sounds horrible, dude.
Well, or might be cheaper. What if you fly to Tulsa?
Oh, let's look at that. Let's look at that. How much? What's the fly to Tulsa? The Southwest fly into Tulsa?
I don't know.
Let's find out. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Depart.
Speaking of trips, Gert,
First.
you gonna make more plans into what we're gonna do? Since I think you said the days don't line up, right? You need to put more thought and plan into that.
It's just as expensive. Well, not as much. I can get it at 9:30 in the morning and leave at 8:10 in the morning Sunday.
Well, yeah, but the convention's not over until Sunday. You'd want to leave on like Monday.
Yeah, true. Well, it won't let me book out to Monday, at least yet. I can assume that the prices will probably be similar.
Yeah. Hell, mine costs more on Monday.
So to fly to Tulsa, fly in Thursday, fly out Sunday, it's $550.
Jeez. That's crazy. Per person or both of you?
Both of us, for both.
Yeah, see, mine was $400 a person to go from here to Indianapolis.
What? I looked at Southwest and it was like $160 a person per like ticket. So it's $160 per person departing and $160 per person returning.
Yeah, so that's almost. I was talking about. I did round trip. It was like $400 per round trip.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
My hotel. Still trying to get the dates. What are you talking about?
You asked him about whether y'all were, what the plan was.
Oh, he said my hotel. I didn't type that. Okay. That's weird. I thought you said you knew. Well, yeah. But I guess you need to know when y'all are going to do your thing, or if you wanted to just do ours a separate time or something.
The exhibitor list for this convention is massive.
Oh, yeah, because it's the largest board game convention.
Man, that does seem like fun, dude. That might be worth taking a trip out to good old Oklahoma.
That's what I said. And especially if we, like I said, I'd like to just stay at a hotel there and just like play as much as we can. Like,
are there you might want to book hotel rooms soon.
Probably, if it's been.
Where is it? Gen Con Indiana Convention Center. Let's see. Okay, so let's see.
I guess it doesn't have like a suggestion on it. It doesn't
hotels.
Look like.
There we go.
Where'd you see that?
It's in a convention center, so it's not attached to a hotel. But on the actual convention center's page, there's like a hotel map of like what's around. So there's a Westin, there's a Marriott, there's a Crown Plaza.
I mean, any of them. Even if it's like, if we can afford the Gaylord, I don't know if I want to pay Gaylord prices, but not for that many days anyway.
Yeah.
But, God, that's so overpriced for a dang bed to sleep in.
There's a La Quinta Inn, like walking distance.
Yeah, technically, if it's like
the Holiday Inn
downtown
Express
type area.
Yeah, there has to be like cheap.
Where is the convention center?
It's Indiana Convention Center. It's downtown Indianapolis.
Yeah. I pulled up like hotels near it, but that didn't show me where it exactly was. Okay, it's right by that circle. Okay. Oh yeah, there's one like in the same like block of it.
Yeah, there's a multiple.
Well, no, I meant like the same square, like same property between the streets,
Yeah.
At least it looks like it, right? Oh,
and it's right next to the. It's right next to the
corner.
It's right next to the zoo too. We could go to the Indianapolis Zoo.
Oh, see, there you go. Yeah, so there's a Hyatt literally cat corner.
For August 1st to August 5th, 2 people.
Embassy Suites, $155 a night. Modern. What the hell is that? Oh, it's like a vacation rental. Sure. Yeah, there's a couple of them. They're like $100 a night. If we split it, that makes it like $60 a night.
Yeah, and we could go like a little further away. Like I said, like that La Quinta down the street. It's probably cheaper than right next to the convention center.
Hell, there's a Hampton Inn for $100 a night, 2 blocks down the road. So. I'm kind of tired of staying in bullshit hotels, man. That's like all we've ever done, and I always regret it. Like if I'm planning this far in advance, I'd rather pay a few extra dollars.
Holiday Inn right next to Lucas Oil Stadium is $84 a night.
But there's also these little Airbnbs. They look like they're called vacation rentals. They're, one block away as well. So. Options to look into that we can plan on the side instead of on the stream.
Yeah.
But also things for long-term future. Those of you all on the stream that like board games like we do, if you all want to start playing it now, August 4th.
August 1st.
August 4th through the 4th. Which is, what is that, Thursday? Right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, probably?
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yeah.
Be fun. I'd like to try and go the entire 4 days if I can. It's all about budgeting, but at least that one, mine is the addiction of buying as many board games as my car can hold. You're just talking about lodging and food, really, because you'll just be walking around playing board games.
Yeah, I mean,
you bring board games with you with like a rolling suitcase or something.
I'm sure there's going to be a couple of board games that I might take home, but because I'm trying to get on your level. I want to build my board game collection, man.
Dude, I got on the level of this Facebook group I'm on.
I got some expansions for Villainous for my birthday, man. Stoked about that.
Dude, let me see if I can find you a picture. This board game group that I'm a part of makes me feel like an amateur. Where did it go? I thought it was a Facebook group. Where? Oh, there it is. Board Game Revolution community. Like these people. See if I can find like just one picture. And all these people got those like super fancy board game tables, with like built-in cup holders and
I'm gonna make
sunken in like one day.
I'm gonna build one myself.
If I ever get a bigger place, I will. Jesus. Dang, normally people are posting their pictures like every other day. And now I can't even find one as a quick example.
Is that a brown bag Yeti? No, it's a camo Arctic.
Oh, your background. I told you.
Oh, you're talking about my background?
No. Is that what he's talking about? Oh, I thought he was talking about your background.
Well, he said Yeti. I was assuming he was talking about my thermos, but no, it's an Arctic.
Well, this isn't the best example. But
it's like a really old real tree. It's like all faded and shit because I've had this thing forever. Yeah, it does look like a brown bag. That would be kind of cool, though. That's a good idea. You know how they make the little tumblers that look like Whataburger cups and shit?
Yeah. There you go. The second picture I sent you. That's what I'm talking about. These people have entire walls with the cubbyhole shelves stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
They look like a miniature board game store.
Yeah, look at that. They've got Gloomhaven, Call to Adventure, Wingspan. Yeah. Man, I could go through and dissect this picture for like an hour.
Yeah, there's people that, and some of them have like, the entire room is like that, like every wall in their board game, because like instead of a dining room, they just have a board game room. It's like. It's pretty impressive. It makes me want to do it, where I'm like, man, like I just don't have room, so we kind of limit ourselves, we're looking for like those perfect games. We're like, oh, this fits all of our criteria, the right amount of people, the right amount of complexity, the right amount of time to finish, like looks cool, checks all the boxes, and then we're like, okay, we'll buy that one.
I really want to get X-Wing.
Bro. talking about not going into debt, you know. Do you not remember anything from our financial strength?
It's true.
Trying to make smarter decisions in life and why we're all broke.
Yeah.
You might as well have been like, I thought about getting into Warhammer. Like,
well, matter of
you
fact,
better sell that house.
I actually talked to somebody recently who's big into Warhammer, and they said that Warhammer's been doing a really good job recently of coming out with like kits, like starter kits that are like way more cost effective. No, it was one of the guys that was at the Houston Games Con that Shelby and I went to. They had like a couple of tables set up where people were doing Warhammer. And I was just kind of watching them play and just talking, and they were like, and they were telling me about it and whatnot. Yeah, those tabletop games are so expensive, but they're so much fun, man. I would love to get into Warhammer. That's the only reason I haven't, is because it's so damn expensive.
There was a guy at the Dallas convention, or a booth, vendor, whatever, that did all the laser cutting and engraving stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I've seen, little things of it.
I'll show you what.
Who asked that? Is that Gert?
That was Gert. He's never. Okay.
Wow.
Warhammer is a tabletop game, and it's like it's pretty crazy. People will build like these big giant tables with like massive armies and complex.
And they literally get out rulers and everything to determine attacks.
People will go so far as to like put smoke, like like fogs in their like battlescapes and shit. Like it's really crazy.
Here, I sent you an image you can share as an example.
Oh, of a war. Yeah, here you go. There's a good one. Yeah, there you go.
Like they literally have full blown maps, and like some of them are way more elaborate than others. Like, oh, here's a good one.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a good one.
Like you have full size freaking castles and terrain and everything.
Yeah.
Whenever they make attacks, like it's literally like with a ruler gauging the height, the distance, the wind.
Yeah.
And then they calculate that all into like how successful the attack would be and whatnot.
It's a lot of math and a lot of like it gets super detailed. Some people go crazy with it.
Yeah, and most of the people that get hard into it, they take all these models, they're ranging from the size of a Lego guy to the size of your Ninja Turtle statue, and hand paint them.
Yeah, and so the kits, just to kind of, let's see, shop. Let's see, Warhammer 4000. Let's see, the starter set is $210. The introductory set is $65. The combat patrols are $160 a piece. Like,
it's one thing that's always funny about board gaming in general, is that there's so many different levels to it that make the one before it look like a casual.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so many levels of funny, because the 3D printing guy in town, we're trying to become friends with it because he has a wife and they're around our age and they got a kid and whatnot, and they like playing board games. But that's always the funny
IRL, yes.
Yeah. But that's the funny introductory icebreaker question. You're like, oh, hey, do y'all play board games? And they're like, yeah. Like, okay, what kind of board games do y'all play? And then that's the dreadful question for somebody that plays something higher than family games. Because you're like, in your head, you're like, please don't say Monopoly. Please don't say Monopoly.
Yeah.
And they're like, can we play Monopoly and Life? And I'm
Clue and
like,
Life. Oh, God.
and you're like, all right, you know, but at the same time, you almost look at it as a welcome challenge. You're like, oh, cool. I get to, you know, almost, you know, using the phrase like pop your cherry.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I get to pop your board game cherry. This will be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. I get to take you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, well, no, you ease them into it. You know, if you're a pro and have a variety, you're like, hey, man, you know, if I'll introduce you to like Mysterium, you know,
Well,
the
if you
group
like Monopoly, you might
team
like this.
game,
Yeah.
and then you introduce them to something a little bit more complicated, and then after a couple game nights, you're like, okay, now it's Gloomhaven. But then it's like even us, you know, like the top of our tiers, Gloomhaven. And then somebody that plays Warhammer's like, Gloomhaven.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, they look at Gloomhaven like we look at Monopoly.
That's really why I like X-Wing so much, because it's a little bit more accessible.
Well, it's less intense because you don't necessarily need the whole terrain maps and whatnot, but you still need all the vehicles.
You don't need all of them, but you just need.
Well, if you're gonna have a full-fledged battle, I mean, it's like a tabletop Eve battle.
Yeah, but X-Wing is kind of similar, but it's Star Wars based. So, and you have like the little mat, and you do space combat. You can throw like little space cardboard obstacles.
I think I took a picture of that dude's stuff and forgot. I was trying to find a picture, but I think I took a picture.
There we go. This X-Wing starter kit on Amazon. Let's see, first edition. Miniature game, The Force Awakens core set. Oh, look at that. $22.35.
Kind of disappointed that I didn't take a picture. So these dudes make, you know, kind of like we talked about, like 3D printing everything you could use for your D&D session. They have everything. They have the full-blown DM board with instructions, pin holder, dice towers, counters, everything on it.
Yeah.
All built into the DM board. And then they have a grid square map board with separate towers, and they have like magnetic dice prisons. Just everything you could do, like creatures and NPCs and everything you could use for your D&D session. That was all cut out on like the CNC machines at like, you know, like the wood cricket machine, basically. But then they also had the engraver. So here's an example of some of the things, of the little things anyway, before we have to end the stream here. And I never realized you could have this kind of detail with wood cutting and a laser engraver.
Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah, so like, oh, it's like, yeah, I can 3D print that, but there's just a plain little white figure. I'd have to actually like take a class in model painting to make mine look good.
Yeah.
Theirs just look good. Like, it just comes out like that. They just run it through two machines, one to cut it, one to laser engrave it.
That's pretty cool. It looks like they do like a bunch of thin layers and then glue them together.
No, I think it cuts the whole thing, but I don't know, maybe. But yeah, they had a whole shebang. Map, traps, rooms, creatures, NPCs, everything, all that looked like that. And I was like, dang, dude. I was like, if I had people to play D&D with, I would just buy your entire operation here. But it was pretty cool.
You know, I've
pretty
tried
pricey.
I've tried to get you to do some D&D with me, but you
but I want to do it in person.
Online.
But yeah, it was pretty in depth. You know, the whole having your whole like dungeon built out of these wood laser engravings with all the details and stuff. I was like, man.
Oh, you know what? If we do go to Gen Con, we could probably get Scriv to tag along because he lives in Indiana.
Yeah. I think I mentioned it to him. Here we go. Here's an example. Can I open this up? Here we go. Copy image. Imagine instead of your little paper grid squares, you busted that out.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine showing up to D&D night with that on the table? Like, what the hell?
That's pretty neat. You can
like, we
3D
are
print all of that
literally
too,
going
but
through it. Yeah, my God.
that's awesome.
Yeah. And like, he had a whole table of like everything like that, like little castles and towers, and
Look at that. He's
NPCs.
got like crates and chairs and tables.
Yeah, everything. Like, you literally will be going through a dungeon.
That's pretty cool.
And, you know, it's all kind of modular, so you could still have like hidden rooms, and then you like pull the room out from under the table and attach it.
Yeah, yeah.
Open a doorway. Like, endless possibilities when you have the tools to make things like that.
Yeah.
You know, same thing with 3D printing, but as far as the, you know, the dungeon goes, I'm kind of limited to like a grid square map or something. But yeah, so that's cool. D&D. I'd like to get into it. Just got to find people to do it. But it's, when you're adulting, kind of hard to make everybody's schedules line up. You know?
Yeah, yeah. I'm living through that right now with the D&D group that I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, you look at how often we have a virtual game night. I mean, we talk about doing them all the time, and then
Yeah. At one
it
point we
happens
were
like once every 6 months.
Yeah, yeah. At one point we were like, all right, every other month we're doing, or every once a month we're doing a game night, and we just no.
Yeah, just doesn't happen.
We did
That's
for a
why
while. We did for a little while there.
it's like that's why me and, you know, we're talking about, you know, just having busy schedules and lining things up, you know, not just for game night, but for anything. Or you made a post about making time for your friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, like sometimes it just escapes you.
Yeah.
For like long periods of time.
Yeah, and you don't even realize it until you look back. You're like, God, I hadn't called them in like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
shit.
So me and Coked Up Zombie are friends, and his wife and my wife are friends. And we try and do things, you know, we get together for like holidays and stuff every now and then. Like that's where we, you know, went to the Halloween party with. And there was a period in time where we went like 4 months without like none of the four of us even like saying a word to each other.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I got an idea. I was like, because we all suck at coordinating like spontaneous things and remembering to do things, I was like, how about we just plan to have dinner every Sunday night? Like, that's our goal. Every Sunday we're going to go out to dinner, or we'll have dinner at one another's house, you know, whatever. But we also put the caveat in there of, if you ever don't want to do it, for whatever reason, you just don't fucking feel like it, you don't afford it, whatever, you don't have to come up with a reason. You just say, hey, not tonight. Cool. Move right along. You know, that way you take that whole guilt trip or making sure you have a good enough reason or whatever out of it. It's just a permanent, every Sunday we're having Sunday dinner together.
Yeah.
But take the guilt out of canceling. You know, we just know, like, hey, we both agree that, like, sometimes we're just peopled out. Sometimes we're just tired. Sometimes we just had a rough Saturday and don't want to do shit on Sunday. You know, whatever the case may be. But it made it easy, where it's like we have these tentative plans for every Sunday.
Yeah.
Daisy model?
Yeah,
Like
I've got pictures pulled up on the stream. Yeah, it's a BB gun. It's a really cool BB gun.
I mean, it looks like a fucking...
It looks like a real gun, dude.
22
Yeah,
or something.
it looks like a 22, especially with like the little loading slot right there on the side of it. That's gorgeous. That is so neat, man. That's cool.
You're a nerd out on a hobby? Oh, you're gonna nerd... I get it. I read it like there was commas in there. I'm a nerd, comma, out on a hobby, comma, I inherited... Like adding punctuation as I read a sentence. So it's like, I don't get it.
Pretty cool.
You're a nerd out on a hobby? It's crazy that nowadays, like, a BB gun looks like a BB gun. Those just look like guns.
right.
But anyway,
I
we're
think
8 minutes over
yep,
now.
Yep, that's
As per
gonna
usual.
do it for us for the evening. Thanks everybody for coming out and being here on our little welcome back stream. We're gonna try and get back to your regularly scheduled programming. We appreciate all of y'all's patience for our little time away. I had life get in the way, had some stuff to get to do. To recap, Shelby and I bought a house, so we've been moving, getting all that done, and
Good night, Kurt.
yeah, good night, Gert. But yeah,
And hopefully the next time we get together, we'll get Adam in here and finally finish up our financial discussion, discussing the difference between split finances and combined finances.
yeah, and then we can move on to a different fun topic that we'll talk about for 3 months.
Yep.
All right. Well, I hope everyone has a great night. Make sure you know the drill. Check us out on YouTube if you missed the episode. It'll be uploaded to YouTube. Make sure you follow us here on Twitch. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Use your Bezos bucks. Give us a Twitch sub if you feel so inclined for free. Check us out on Facebook. Check out our website. We give away 3D prints to veterans. So if you're a veteran listening, let us know.
We do PC building consultations.
We do
for free
PC
for
building
veterans as well.
consultations for free. But yeah, that's it. Look out for us at a convention near you.
Well, a convention near Oklahoma and
Near
Texas.
Oklahoma and Texas. Yeah.
With the exception of the board game convention that we might go to.
Yeah. Hope everyone has a great night, and we will see you next week.
Have a good night.